Today I will talk about learning to be a pop star online. You are sitting at home. How about wanting to learn how to do that? So, what does it take to do that? I'm going to talk about 4 areas. Number 1, we're going to talk about projection. Number 2, we're going to talk about building confidence. Number 3, correct usage of the microphone. And lastly, singing effortlessly. And for that matter, singing any genre of music effortlessly. I've been teaching online since 2010 when I started teaching Tara Sutaria many years ago. And what I start teaching a student is the basics. I'd start with posture. Teach them to stand correctly, with their feet slightly apart, with their chest held high, so that their rib cage is not collapsed over their lungs, with their hands really relaxed and loose, with their head really relaxed. And once they are done that, then I teach them how to breathe diaphragmatically. How do we breathe diaphragmatically? We inhale through our mouth and send the breath down to the diaphragm area. The diaphragm supports the breath. Once we do that, we are ready to sing. Why diaphragmatic breathing? Diaphragmatic breathing is important because it is the most important muscle that controls every aspect of singing, whether it is your projection, your phrasing, your breath control, your diction, and many other things related to singing. When we talk about projection, we're talking about resonance. What is resonance? Resonance is the direction of sound waves onto the resonating areas. High notes resonate in our head area, and low notes or chest register notes resonate here. So when you sing low notes like ah, you can feel the resonation and the vibrations over here. Or when you go singing really high notes up here, you can feel it up here. You can really feel those notes resonating. So it is how you propel those sound waves into those areas. So we go back to the diaphragmatic breathing. So breath along with the sound gets propelled onto the resonators, producing projection. So when we project our voices, it is not to sing loudly and shout. It is using diaphragmatic breathing, propelling that sound and breath onto the correct resonators, producing good projection. In order to project really well, you have to strengthen certain things. You've got to strengthen your diaphragm with certain exercises. So you breathe down into your diaphragm, hold the breath for a little bit, and then do like hissing for about 10 seconds like this. And then release all the air. And then you do the whole thing again. The way I work with pop singers is I work with strengthening their chest register and then moving up into what I call the mixed voice, where you mix the chest register start mixing it with the head voice in the lower and the lower register, as well as the lower middle and going into the upper registers. When you do that, you use breath flow to actually even out the registers. And that's how I work with singers, helping them opening up the voice, using the correct breath control, using the correct diction, using the correct vowels to project your voice. And at the end of the day, students are able to have an even vocal range from the lowest range all the way to the upper range of the voice. So how do we do that? We work towards building our confidence by constantly first improving our vocal technique, working on repertoire and perfecting the repertoire, getting repertoire ready to perform in auditions, getting your audition list ready, making sure that your audition list is perfect, that there is no room for error. And next, performing first in front of your family, because those are your biggest critics. So first in front of your family, seeing whether you're able to do that, then slowly doing little in-class performances in front of your peers, then going on to doing recitals. And by the way, even if you make a mistake in a recital, it's okay, because we learn from our mistakes. Because if we don't make mistakes, how are we going to learn? That is how we learn. We make our mistakes, we learn from them, and move forward. And that is how we start to build confidence in ourselves. I always tell singers that it's very important to do a mic test, because then the sound engineer will know your microphone levels. So if for some reason you hold the microphone further than you should, the sound engineer can help with at least raising the levels a little bit. But it is your job as a singer to make sure that you are not holding the microphone too far or too close. If it's too far, the sound engineer has to work really hard on levels, and that may create feedback. And if it's too close, then it is going to definitely create feedback. So it's very important to do a sound check before using any microphone. In a nutshell, lastly, I would like to talk about how you sing effortlessly. So to putting everything together, posture, diaphragmatic breathing, correct projection, using of the breath, using of the vowels, using of correct diction, all of this, opening of the mouth, making sure that you are sending the sound and the breath flow onto the resonators, whether you're singing high notes or low notes. And basically being relaxed when you are singing and not being so tensed up. Because remember, we are singing with our body. Our body is our instrument. So if we are stressed out and tensed, guess what? All that tension carries here and into the rest of our body, which creates bigger problems, because then we are not able to sing properly. We are stressing, we are pushing on the vocal cords. So the best thing that I can tell you is, before you even open your mouth to sing or do any of this that I've just talked about, is to first relax. And that is the key thing to singing effortlessly, is to relax the jaw, relax the mouth, relax the tongue, relax the body before you even sing. Finally, just believe in yourself and do it, because you can do it. If you really want to be that pop star, believe in it, work hard, and get there to that level. Thank you once again.